In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use put to modify something in your service. Remember the four HTTP commands: put, delete, post, and get. They correspond to CRUD, which is create, read, update, delete. Create will be post, read is a get, update is a put, delete is delete. So I'm going to implement put, and I'm going to have put accept three parameters that I pass in, which would be the student ID, a student's first name, and a student's last name. I could pass in a JSON and do it this way, but I decided to show you how to pass in multiple parameters in the method. So like we've done before, I'm going to get rid of response status because I'm now going to implement this. And like we've done before, I'm going to change this from string to be response entity. I'm going to return back again just a single student. And this guy's going to have multiple parameters, except three. I'm deciding not to go with default values. Recall that whatever's here after the parameter has to match that value. So to have multiple, just do like you've done since the beginning of Java. Just put a comma there. And put another request param. If you search around the web and you read about whether you should pass in a JSON or whether you should pass in multiple parameters, you're going to come across a holy war. There are people that argue for both sides. My thought is this: anything more than 3 or 4 parameters, pass it as JSON. 4 or 3 or less, it's okay to pass in a set of parameters. But again, that's my opinion. You're going to find other people that are going to strongly argue with me. Okay, so I'm going to create, again, a response. And just so this will stop yelling at me, I return it. Again, my thought process is that I'll return back the students you edited. Oh, I forgot. New again. There, now stop yelling at me. Alright, so let's now deal with it. So I'm going to put the thought logic in here. If the student doesn't exist, I can't modify it. I'm not going to modify and convert put to a post. That's bad. I'm simply going to return an error. If the student exists, I'll modify it. So yeah, this is wrong. So if there is not a student ID, I'm going to return not found. Copy this. Make this not found, so get a 404. And it'll kick out. Otherwise, I'm going to build a student and add it to the database, or modify the database. And since I really don't know what changes, I'm simply going to modify the set for each one of these guys. Where is she dropping? There we go. So I'm going to set the first name, I'm going to set the last name. I could have also created a new object and set it that way. But I chose to simply update using the setters. All right, let's see if this works. My function is running. So I'll go to Postman. I'll create a new window. Changes to put. And I need we'll make this, instead of Neil, we'll make it Nancy. All right, so we're going to modify Neil Stevenson to Nancy Stevenson. They decided that they wanted to change their gender, so we're updated. So I'm changing from 101 to 7. We see Neil's there. Come back here, run my puts. Why are you yelling at me? Because I forgot the URL. There we go. So it tells me there's no student. Why is there no student? Oh, it worked though. My error message just comes back wrong. You see, Neil is now Nancy. So I got to figure out what I did wrong there. Probably just returned something invalid. Yeah, I did. I didn't create my new students. So I guess since I have to create the student, I could just update here. Oh well. This isn't the most efficient of code because I'm doing basically the same thing twice. I could have set this to here. In fact, let's do that. So I'm going to remove that particular key and I'll re-add it. And the line of code for the put is comma. All right, so stop and restart so that Nancy becomes Neil again. If it were that simple. If only people that wanted to change their gender could just simply change their gender and not have to jump through 500 hoops. All right, so let's go back to our gets, to send. Neil was there. Go back to our puts. We're sending up Nancy. Comes back with Nancy Stevenson this time. And it's Stevenson. All right, let's suppose that Nancy gets married. And she marries Stephen King. So we're going to hyphenate. Boom, it's updated. All right, so that is creating a put method. We've done post, get, and put. Delete isn't much different. Recall the CRUD operations. C, CRUD. C is create, which is post. R is read, which is get. U is update, which is put. D is delete. All right, so you know enough now to be dangerous with web services. Thank you for listening. Good luck.